Kêu bạn qua đi yên.
Don't waste yourself.
What's your style?
My style? You can call it the art of fighting without fighting.
The art of fighting without fighting? Show me some of it.
Later.
Hey guys, today's video is going to be more like an exercise, and what we're going to do is take a deep look at the stamina system and how it works online, and show you how you can get a big stamina advantage so you can deal with things like this. Like you see this online, you know, we deal with things like 440 side step uppercuts, we deal with things like almost 600 straights and all kinds of nonsense. So these exercises will definitely help and get your win rate up, and we're going to look at mine in a second here. So you can see the important thing here is the number of decisions and people disconnecting, the low number of KOs. It's because we got to take it easy, take our time, and that's what I do. And I'm not showing this to brag, I'm just showing you that you can do this too. Because when you play online, you're going to see this, a lot of single power straights and nothing that resembles boxing at all. So you see, when we play people, there's always a back step straight, side step uppercut. There's no real boxing. So anyway, what we're going to do here is show the importance of getting the stamina advantage and how it can really help you later in the fight. And we're going to have the full exercise where we just basically block our way into gassing out the opponent. So okay, and the biggest factor in extending your win rate and going on good win streaks is not getting knocked out in the middle of the ring with bullshit like this. Everything's a straight. So we're not going to chase them around, and you know, we're going to let them gas out, because it's very hard for them to get tired, but eventually they will. In the meantime, in the first half of the fight, like, all this jumping around will work, and you'll see they'll never come forward to you. We're going to work and make it a habit where we make the opponent, we make him come beat us down, because that's what we're going to have to do to them. And they're going to run for their life. And when you get close to him, they're just going to run away throwing more straights. So what we're going to do is practice where we can, when we have them to where we can get to them, we'll go for it a little bit. But when they escape us, we're not going to chase them around. We're not going to get hit with that bullshit, okay? So that's very, very important. And in these exercises, there's two, I think, 10-round fights. They're just offline. We're going to use those, because here's a classic example. You see, like, I land a good punch. I try to get him up on the ropes. Hit backing up straight, back up straight, run away straight. So we're going to just make them come beat us down the way we're going to have to beat them down if we want to win this fight. If you watch my other videos, you'll always see that I always have to push people up on the ropes and throw combos and hard shots, and everyone else, what they want to do is be in the middle of the ring hitting you with bullshit. You cannot allow that. And these exercises or drills, whatever you want to call it, they should really show you how that works and how to stay away from, you know, being a victim of this stuff. Okay, so we're going to do these drills. We're going to pick Joe Frazier. If you used the last video, use your brawler against Ali, and we're going to go on greatest of all time. And then we want everything default except the last three. Those maxed out. So is offensive awareness, defensive awareness, is CPU punch output. And then for higher wide on the camera, and in my opinion, is the best. But if you like something else, use that. And this may seem boring at first, but this is a big factor. So we're going to stand here with one hand on the controller, your right hand on the controller, and all you're going to do is push the block button as he punches. Just, like, don't even move the characters, leave them there, and you're going to just stand there and block, and you're going to make Ali try to knock you out. And there's, like, if you watch my other videos, if you know how to do the dipping into the body punches and the leaning away, go ahead and do that. But no punching, nothing. Stand right there, because, and you'll see I open the block up just a tiny bit in between the punches if you can. If you need to block two, that's fine, but max. So don't hold the block down because it's stronger. It's called perfect block. It's a feature in the game. So we barely open it up. You see there? Barely open it up between the punches, and that will maximize your block. And all we're doing here is we want to get into a habit of making the opponent have us on the rope and just overwhelm us. So that means that he's going to have to beat us with skill, not a step back power straight with a 6'8", 88 reach guy that's 260 pounds with a Tyson build. No, we're going to make these guys earn it. That's very important. And you saw, like I said, I'm just here to teach people. And so this is exactly what I did to start winning a lot more. Same thing. I did these drills, and then we're going to see what happens as the fight goes on. We're going to see the stamina and how it really benefits you to actually do fighting without fighting. And the full Bruce Lee clip's at the end of this video. It's very funny. I recommend you check it out. So here we go some more. And I know I've already covered this blocking and perfect block in many videos, but what we're looking here, we just want to get this out of the way for 3 rounds, and then we're gonna block. Basically, we're gonna make the opponent be the only aggressor. And of course, online it's gonna be much harder, but make the opponent be the aggressor early. Super, super important, because all the step back stuff, all the side step uppercuts, all the power and speed, it all wanes as the fight goes past after round 3. And sometimes you might even have to wait until round 5 or later. But it's basically like, if you can imagine, like your bike or your car broke down and you need to get to 7-Eleven to get something like right now, and it's 10 blocks away. Like when you open your door and start going there, you're not going to do a sprinting as fast as you can, right? You're going to walk. You're going to start walking. And you say, okay, it's not so bad. You start power walking a little bit. Let's say that you're at the 4th block. That would be like round 4. You maybe like jog a little bit. You jog around 4, 5, 6. You know, the 4th block, 5th block, 6th block. And you're like, all right, this isn't too bad at all. So now you got more in your tank. You got more wind. Like you're in better shape than you thought. Then you can pick it up. But you're going to start off walking to see how you do. It's the same thing with these fights online. Start slow, because it's like if you watch horse racing or dog racing, you have what are called front runners or speedballs. And what those are like the dogs that will get all the way around the first turn before any other dogs are near him. But then he gasses out halfway through the track. So it's the same thing. And all that spam stuff, I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many times, like, it just stops working for him because it's so slow. There's been so many times, especially when I was new, the spam stuff, like they would use it for the first half of the fight. It starts like not working. Then I end up spamming them out with a level 1 straight to the head. And we do a little bit of that in the second drill here. But so for the time being, now we look at Ali, it's round 2. Of course, online it's not going to be this easy, but the same concept applies. He's not going to go forward at all. I'm going to make him beat us down. He's got to earn it. He has to earn it with skill, with combos, power punching, hooks, uppercuts, because they can't just sit there and sidestep uppercut the shit out of you when you're standing there blocking. It doesn't work. They're going to gas out. And the only way they can hurt you with a straight really is if they go like a jab. They got to go low first, a body shot straight to the head, body shot straight to the head. They can't just rapidly keep smashing straights at you, and they can do a lot of damage like that. So with those, it's going to be a little different. You'll see when you get online, but for the time being, what we want to do, we want to let them gas out and make them knock us out. Make him knock you out, and you're going to be able to get your perfect block going, and this will transfer exactly like this online. So we're going to just work that block so we're a master at blocking, and we're going to be a master of making him come earn his knockout. Not give it to him by chasing him around the ring, especially the first section of the fight. It's like we were saying, you got to get to 7-Eleven to get some wraps or something. You want a Slurpee, like you can't get there except walking. You're not going to sprint out the door, right? Okay, it's round 4. We have a big stamina advantage, 100 to 73, because Ali kept throwing punches. Now we're going to test him out. We're going to go after him a little bit and see how we do. If we can't get him push up on the ropes where we can knock him out, we're going to just, there we go. So his legs are still too fast. He's getting away from us. So now we're going to go back to low aggression. Because it's just round 4. We have 10 rounds to work with, like almost a half hour, right? There's no need to rush things. We're going back to making him work at getting us out of there. Also, remember on my last videos of clinching, if you watch the stamina bar Ali's, when they start getting tired, this is another benefit of letting a fight go. And we can do this like 5 times. So you see, I'm taking chunks of his stamina off, so it makes it even worse for them. So when they blow all their stamina, and I have this in other videos too. But anyway, when you visualize their bar going down like that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna clinch them, but only once in a while. Okay, so now we're back, and see, if we push him, he can run away backwards throwing straights, and that's where all the bullshit will work. Now is round 4. Okay, now we're going to look at the stamina here. This is critical. It's very important that you have near 100% going into round 3, at least 100, or at least near 100. You can't be going out to round 2 with like 86. You'll never win a lot. So we're doing good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit more pressure on him and test him again. If we can lock him into a corner or do a lot of damage to him, then we will. But if he gets away, we let him go. But what happens is when we have a big stamina advantage like this, our punches hurt him tremendously compared to what he's doing to us. So it's almost like a guaranteed knockout if you get this type of stamina advantage. So I believe he's at 50, we're near 100. And if you get a 30% stamina advantage, that's awesome. And usually online, that's when you'll notice the big change in things. You'll score easier, you'll get flash knockdowns, you'll get knockouts, so one-punch knockouts, all that. So even these little jabs, Fred's don't have really good jabs, like even these little jabs of the body are doing a lot of damage to him. So imagine what like a level 20 left hook would do. We can just walk him down, we can walk through him now. And this is what we want to do. So the first part of the fight, we're going to just not be the aggressor. We're going to make the guy beat us down because they're going to make us beat them down. So we're going to wait until it's later in the fight and we can actually do that. So we test them, and then if we can get him in the corner, then we'll go ahead and keep going. If we cannot, we'll wait another round. And then now the next is actually kind of a drill. And this is going to be kind of emulate OWC more because, in OWC, you're not going to stand there, block. They'll push you and all this. So what we're going to do is actually kind of box a little bit. We're going to have a slow pace. And in my first videos, I always had these graphics up that says throw 20 punches in the first round, throw 30 punches the second round. And a person in the comments actually called me out on it and said, hey, you never do it. And that's true because I have kind of a feeling, so all the for fun fights that I put up in OWC on my other playlist, like I never do it. I agree. I talk about it, but I don't show it. But this time we're going to kind of show it. And I didn't count the punches, but they're right in line with the graphics I've always showed. And for you people that have not seen the graphics, basically what we're going to do is we're going to throw like 20, 30 punches the first round, maybe 30 punches the second round, like keep the output very low. So here we go. Okay, this is actually me being very aggressive early in the first round so I can show the difference. I'm going to stop this in a moment and restart. But what we're going to show here is look at my stamina. I'm pushing too hard and automatically. And now this is where all the side step straights, push straight, side step uppercuts, back step straights will happen very easy. So we cannot allow ourselves, and don't be doing, see, I'm kind of showing what it's like, a lot of new people back step straight even when they're exhausted. Don't even do any back step straights, no stepping, anything until you have it in the bag, like late in the fight. Don't do any stepping shit. See that? Because 90% of people I fight, they lose by doing that. Like they think it's going to work or it might get a couple times, But in the long run, they're just gassing themselves out. It happens 90% of my fights at least. At least. So many people don't do it. Don't throw any, no stepping stuff, no gimmicks, no leaning back, no nothing. Because you basically have an option of getting like the, being lucky and getting the early KO, or you can lose in late fight and against someone that knows how to maintain their stamina. And if you're fighting a guy like this, jumping all over, just don't even do shit. Just save your stamina. Like, you know, if you're going 7-Eleven again, walk. If you gotta walk like four blocks, walk 4 blocks, and let the other guy be all sloppy with bullshit gimmicks, exploits. We're not doing none of those. If you've seen all my other fights and you see, like, I'm not bragging, but I do pretty good, man. Like 44-3 is like not too shabby, you know. And I do that with no straight 5'10" heavyweight with 67 reach, you know, like throwing like a jab and a hook, like no gimmicks. You new guys don't do no nonsense, jumping around, nothing. The basics. So here we go again. Now what I'm showing is you can also push. You can keep people off you, because people are going to be trying aggressive. They're going to try to smash you out with straights and all kinds of crazy shit. Push straights, all this, especially if you're making them work. They're not going to like it. They're going to try to push straight you, and I have a video for that too. But we can. So if we throw like a short combo, 1-2, we can push the L1 button or the LB button, and that will push him. So we can do a 1-2 push, or 1-2-3 push. You know. So we can push him. That will keep him off. Okay, so anyway, here we go. I reset it, and we're going to use Fraser again, the same settings, greatest of all time. And if you need to reduce it, you know, down to pro or amateur or whatever, but try to win on greatest of all time. But you see here, we're going to push him around a little bit. We're going to make him come knock us down, knock us out. He's going to have to land combos, and he's going to have to work for it. Do not give him any backstep straights, and you do that by staying flat-footed and not being aggressive. And a safe punch to use, it doesn't even need to really have any stats on it, is a jab to the body. And a very safe combo is a jab to the head or jab to the body, and then a straight to the body. As long as the straight to the body is in there, like, you're good. It can be a jab to the body and then a straight to the head, or you know, straight punch to the body, like you'll see here. So I jab him a couple times and I push him. I already threw that combo in here later. I'm going to shut up on that. But anyway, okay, we're going to make him work. Make him work. We're going to move in. We're going to say, go to our corner and see, okay, is this guy going to really work for it? Or is he just waiting for us to come out to the middle ring so he can throw bullshit at us? He has to come beat us down. No free knockouts anymore.
Here tonight, Teddy, and so many times it's, hey, I'm gonna bang that drum. Yeah, he is banging that. And then brings back the uppercut up.
And I have a perfect block, they call it. So you see here, I'm attacking. This is later in the fight. They're gonna make you come forward and work it. You know, they're gonna make you work for it and throw combos and actually play correctly. So for the time being, he doesn't want to come do that to us, then whatever, he gets nothing. Do not give him any of their bullshit, especially going forward at them punching. Make them come make them come, like, just knock you out. I can't stress that enough. We're going to move around, a couple jabs of the body. We'll try and make him punch so he can waste his stamina faster. And if you do have to punch a little bit, it's going to be simple. A jab and then a hook, or jab and a straight. Mostly to the body if you can. See, I'm going to stay right there. He doesn't want to come. See, what's he doing? He's running away. We're in the corner. Why is he not coming to get his knockout? They're going to make you have them in a corner to knock them out. If you see, like, all my other videos, it's all like that. They make you chase them around and box them in and knock them out. You need to do the same thing to these guys. And if you new guys can master this, where you can refrain from throwing a bunch of punches and stuff, you know, and you just work on the perfect block and just do like this online, a few body jabs here and there, like, you'll be surprised. And at first, it won't seem like it, but once the fight goes in round 7, 8, 9, 10, you're going to see.
block.
Okay, so like I said, we're in round 2. There's no need to rush anything. We're just going to move around and make him earn it. We can give him a push. We don't want him on us.
How much of what Joe Frazier brings
And another big thing, like, don't worry about score. This is very important that you get this out of your mind, you new guys. Scoring doesn't matter early. Knockouts don't matter early. And you saw my record, right? The way I went from being 10-10 to 20-0 is by not having in my mind like, oh, I need a knockout or nothing. That used to be my methodology. I would say to myself, oh, I'm going to knock this guy out no matter what, win or lose. And then when I started thinking like, hey, wait a minute, like this dude, I constantly get knocked out by people running away from me throwing straights, you know? And so I was like, nah, I'm going to make them come get it. I want to see what they can do to me. I want to see what kind of combos they have. I want to see what they can do on their offense instead of that stupid cheap bullshit. And you come to find out they can't do anything else other than that stuff, most of them. So we're going to just keep our output very low and like 20 to 30 punches per round early. Like I said, we're going to like walk to 7-Eleven the first few blocks until we figure out like, you know, what kind of shape we're in. Okay, that just shows also the straight to the body from southpaw goes under his straight to the head. If most people spam that, that's why I go southpaw most of the time. See how that works? It goes right under it. That's the natural counter. And if I was orthodox, my left hook or my jab to the body would go under it. That's all that was. And it's better to be close to him if you know, than far away if you're going to get hit. If you're going to get hit for sure, it's better to be right up on him if you can, instead of like out a little bit way where he has extension. Okay, so you'll see this. Look at our stamina. This is the mandatory critical thing. You have high, so I can't really see at 98, I think, and he's down at 88. So that's a 10% gain right now. So that means that we want a 20 to 30% or 40 or 50 even. That would be awesome. But usually it's going to be more like 25% or 30% stamina rate or advantage. So we're going to just keep going slowly until we get that 30% stamina advantage. So we'd be like at 100, he'd be at 70. And we can you'll feel that and be able to understand that as you get more experience playing this game. You'll be able to kind of gauge where he is. So now I'm back orthodox, so my jab will go under his straight. And you see I threw on his jab hand side, so I got hit with his straight. That's how it works. That's the mechanic. If I throw my right hand and he throws his right hand, then I'm going to get hit. If I throw my left hand, I'll probably counter him. But anyway, we don't care about any of that right now. This is just still round 3. We got 7 more rounds to go. All we care about is not getting knocked out and also not giving him any cheap free bullshit that they all look for.
Halfway through this round,
I'm gonna stay right there in the corner. Like he need make him come beat you down. And when you guys are fighting these big 6'8" dudes and it's past like round 3, do that. Go lay in a corner. Be like, come on over and see what they can do. Because the only thing they got is the straights. You know?
most notable action of his career came on March 8th.
We're sitting here, we're no rush. Just working our perfect block. Seeing you can see how these stamina just dropped pretty good there. But we still have more rounds to go because he was at 88, we were at 98. That's only 10%. So we want to get 10 points. So we want to be still up near in the high 90s until he gets down into the 80s or 70s. And then again, if we manage to clip them, then go ahead and open up a little bit, but don't get knocked out. But what you don't want to do now is throw 4 and 5 punches. And this time I got a little fancy, like maybe once in a while I threw a back step uppercut to his body. That's like the most you want to do. Occasional, maybe one, give yourself one backstep punch per round, max. Not 5 backstep straights, not a bunch of side step uppercuts, nothing. This is as extra as we're going to get with it.
Well struck, solid combination by Joe Frazier.
And your corner will probably talk shit about you because you're going to probably lose these early rounds, but it doesn't matter. What matters is if we win the fight, not the round.
And we come to the end of the round.
Yeah, Ali's starting to gas out a little bit here. So we got it back 12%. This game's saying you're doing pretty good. Now let's see where we're at with the stamina. Back at 100, he's down to 80, so that's a 20% or 20 point. So now it's going to be a lot easier, but we can just, since we're only in round 3, we can wait until we get up to, that 30% stamina advantage and be real easy. Now you see we can kind of open up a little bit more. Nothing crazy though.
Good block by Ali. And now we got a fight.
Okay, we're going to test him. Remember, we're going to test him since we're round 4, somewhere in there. Round 4 or 5. We're going to test him, see how we're doing, see if we can get him locked up on the corner or ropes. And if he escapes, we're going to let him go. And put a little bit on him. But there is one thing to mention. This is kind of like Battlefield with the behemoth type thing. Like if one guy is really getting his ass kicked when it comes to stamina, let's say I got a 30% stamina advantage, and when I do open up, it's going to really punish me. So like my stamina will go from 100% down to like 90 in one round, because it's like the game tries to even the stamina out. So if you don't like save up your stamina for 4 rounds and just charge him, because it's gonna screw you over. It's gonna take way more stamina than it normally would have, if that makes sense. It's like the game's trying to level it out. But don't let it do that, because usually people lose all stamina from trying bullshit on you. Okay, so we pushed up on him a little bit. Didn't work out so good, so we got all kinds of rounds left, and we'll just keep it going. And you know how like we said, we pushed him up on the ropes, we started beating on him, he tried to run away. Now we're going to let him come beat up on us and see what he can do.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. And that's what the judges are supposed to be looking for. Not just be overtaken by a guy just going out there like a mad hatter and just throwing punches, but placing the punches, strategically putting them in the right.
Okay, so we're at like 97% stamina, and he's down the 70s, so that's very good. So it's going to be a lot easier, but still, we're not going to go crazy. And as you get more experience doing this, you're going to start to feel on how you're hitting him and how he's reacting and his movement and whatnot, and you're going to be able to kind of paint a mental picture of where he is with his stamina. And you can also kind of count his punches, early in the fight. If he's missing a lot, you can kind of get an idea, and that really helps out a lot. So try to do that. Try to visualize mentally where he is with his stamina.
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores.
Okay, so he's making us earn it here. We're going to do a little bit of low highs, so we're going to go to the body first and the head, or the head first and the body. If he shells up, we're going to push him. That's in all my other videos. It should be a very dangerous thing for a dude to get up on the ropes. Like, never just let him block, because they can, remember that we did the perfect block. They can perfect block and then straight you and knock you out. So do not let them just be on there blocking and being comfortable.
Good flush shot upstairs. Flush right hand to the head. Joe Frazier's
Yeah, see, now we're blowing our stamina though, chasing, going after him, and that's just part of the game. But at the same time, like these guys, they don't want to blow their stamina coming after you. They want to do a step back straight. And all these guys that build 6'8" guys with 80 reach, those guys are built specifically for spamming straights. If you saw my last video, they can't combo or shit, and that's why they build them. So it's already their intent to play like a scumbag. So don't feel bad about doing this to people, like not, you know, like fighting without fighting, you know, just blocking and moving and like jabbing the body a little bit. Back up to the corner if they run away. Don't feel bad about that. And absolutely it does work. I'm not going to steer people wrong like I like to teach people. You know, and I wouldn't just talk a bunch of nonsense, you know. So we're 88 to 72% stamina. It's going to be much easier now. Now you can see here, if we throw a bunch of nonsense like this, you see how I'm going to kind of gas out here from trying the stupid stuff.
Able to dismiss that body shot.
So just keep it basic and consistent. And that's how I win a lot. It's not because I have insane skills or something. It's because I'm consistent and I really practiced a lot and watched the slow motion, like all the cheese bag shit. And so you just be consistent, stay flat-footed, and the idea is like just don't participate in exchanging when they're throwing a bunch of nonsense. And this absolutely does work. It does work. And believe it or not, this is going to work a lot easier on people that have these crazy records of like 310, 300 wins, 10 losses, that just like throw only chicken wing straights. This stuff absolutely does work with those guys. In fact, the most people I have problems with are really good simulation players. And a lot of those guys you see that, like, you're like, man, I don't think I'd ever be able to beat these guys because they're like 420 or something, right? But believe it or not, I get a lot of wins versus those guys. Just basically by doing this, keeping my stamina together and not getting caught up and let them knock me out with nonsense. So just do the same.
Working our way towards the bell. Last 10 seconds of the sixth. Frazier's so dangerous with that accuracy. A two-punch.
See, he's running away, kind of trying to escape, right? He doesn't want to sit there and fight in the pocket. And majority of people online will do the same thing. They're gonna constantly be looking for step back straight. So always stay flat-footed. That's some other videos. But anyways, get back to this. So you see, I threw quite a few punches. Now I'm down to 83. You see, remember I told you they're gonna screw us. So they're trying to level it out. If I went crazy again, they'll take another big chunk of stamina. So it's kind of like in Battlefield 1, the behemoth, when one team's getting their ass kicked, they give them like this big ass vehicle so they can, kind of level out the score as far, it's just a way to kind of, for the game to make it even. But it's unfair though, because dudes will blow their stamina with a bunch of bullshit, and then then they'll punish the guy that's playing legit. But anyway.
Hits him in the mug with the right. Nice block that time.
So yeah, we're over there beating on him, and then now he's just running away backwards. Like, what are we doing here?
Now hugging on the inside.
And Ali's a very good sparring partner, because he a lot of people online, especially like the spammers in training that run backwards throwing straights, he's pretty similar to a lot of those guys. So practice against Ali,
Muhammad Ali's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one.
Yeah, his stamina is really starting to go down. But
there's the old 1-2. Frazier's defense. Is it ever good? Look at how easy he's able to block those punches. Trying to cage him in that corner right there. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own.
See, if we make him work, and make him combo, look at his stamina. He's going to make us work too, so we're going to be blowing like a lot of stamina, because he's going to be trying with everything he's got to get away from us so he can go back to throwing straights. And the straight is so powerful in this game. It's completely broken. I've shown that in many of my other videos. That it does work. So it does pay off to run away throwing straights for a spammer. You know, you don't want to be that guy, though. Yeah, so I'm going to make him come do something here.
He knows exactly where he stands right now. He's slightly up on your scorecard, but you can see he's got a little pep in his step.
Okay, so you can see the score because the stamina advantage, like we're starting to kind of pick up and we're starting to score better and everything because we do have a better stamina advantage and we're hitting harder now. And this absolutely does translate online.
Good two-punch combo by Joe Frazier.
Okay, we noticed there I was doing a jab to the body, straight to the body. That's a very safe punch to use, and it kind of stops what they're doing. And like I said, you can do a jab to the head, straight to the body, but you just like a straight punches to the body, and you know, with short duration, so like a 1-2 or a 1-1 or a 1 is good. That will kind of shut him down. So we can push him off because he's running away from us. You know what I'm saying? Like, just make him come get it.
The halfway point of round number 8.
And we're up on score. So if we can win how we're going, then we'll just take a decision. And like I know from personal experience that being okay with decisions will really extend your win record, your win rate.
That you need. Now you have to find a way to create your offense, to lead a little bit. That starts with the jab, getting off first.
Not much action as he just ties up. Great work offensively.
You see it also is kind of a dirty trick, but you see how I pushed him and it made him miss a punch and lose some stamina.
That just was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, we're gonna make. See, he's making us beat him down, you know. So we're gonna do the same to him.
What advice would you be giving to this charge if you were training him, knowing he's coming off of a good solid effort in that last round and likely is up in a close fight?
Well, you know, sometimes I'm not sure what to
Yeah, you can
tell
see the stamina. Now I'm throwing combos at him. It's kind of gassing me out, you know what I mean? So
I tell him, keep doing the same things you're doing.
that's why I want to make them throw the combos at us too. Don't just, like I keep saying, I'm not gonna say it anymore, but don't be pushing, you know, don't just get knocked out in the middle of the ring with some bullshit. Now you see what happens, so I'm going to make them come do that to us.
One or two wouldn't land, but he's handcuffing the guy, and the first two punches, they set up the third and fourth.
And now see, he's losing, but he's running away. Why is that? And this is very, see how he's just jumping around backwards, waiting for us to come back out. And we're up on score now. And we have a big stamina advantage. And he's running away. And this is exactly what people online are going to do. So you need to be very careful and aware of that.
And there he's been warned for hitting below the belt. Well, that was his intention, and that's what he's doing. Not engaging in the fight, but clinching.
And it makes me just cringe. Oh man, when I watch YouTube fights, dude, I cannot stand watching them sometimes because dudes will be winning, man. They keep getting hit with the backstep straight and they lose. Or like, you know, they don't, like, dude, they don't change. You gotta change what you're doing if you're gonna lose, like with like getting hit with bullshit. Like, don't let the same thing happen to you twice. If you miss like 2 punches, like put it away, and then later it will work, or switch your stance. Don't have like these negative patterns where things are not working over and over and over and over. Don't, you know, try not to do that. And I get it, like when people are new, they don't really kind of understand, or if they just play kind of casual, you know, like, you know what I mean? I understand that. But try in this game, if you can, to always switch to something else if what you're doing is not working. So anyway, like I said, the graphic says Op's going to make us work and knock him out. And so we want them to come beat us up like we just beat him up.
Ali gets up after being knocked down. Be interesting to see how he responds here.
You know, we've always been able to see how he responds in a physical way, in an athletic way. Great. I mean, he has everything. Now, we're going to see if he has the real...
And we're going to actually finish him with some spam, because that's one thing I don't do anymore, but if you're a new person, you kind of watch my videos and have learned some things and you're doing better and someone's spamming you, like I wouldn't feel bad about it if you spam someone out the end because they were spamming you. I used to do it. Once you understand it, you know, it's like I know what it's like to want to pay people back. I don't do it anymore, but yeah, I used to do it a lot. And the other thing we didn't use here either was low blows, because now we're up high enough on points. We could have low blowed them probably three, four times, and we still would have won on the scorecard. But if he's a legit dude, you know, don't just play good. Alright, so I think he's going to be about finished here, so we're going to pretend like he was spamming us, and we're going to give him some spam. So now we switch stance, and
whether or not he moves his head. Now, if he just stands there straight and you're the trainer, you better get up on those steps and stop it. He's not right.
And that's the end of round 10. Slug it out with this guy, all right?
Okay, so I use a lot of stamina up, and watch it's going to really screw us here. I hope I left it in. Yeah, see, 60, and now he's 51. So that big, huge advantage is gone now because we opened up on him when we had a big advantage. Now it's trying to make it so it's even. So I'm 60, he's 51. See on the screen there? You can always keep that in mind.
Ali's down on Teddy's scorecard, but not by much. Teddy, he's in position.
Okay, so we're way up on score. Still got a pretty good stamina advantage, so you know, no need to hurry.
Yeah, he does, but don't forget, with his experience, he's been in this position before, and he's looked this way before.
You see how it screwed me, though? You know what I mean? I had too big of an advantage, so we should have really taken it easy. That's what you want to do online. But anyway, I think what I'm here, okay, you want to run away and throw straights, so here you go. And I wouldn't have a problem with anyone that does this. If they're new and they've been getting spam for years, and they finally start learning how the shit works, and they're like, okay.
And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Muhammad Ali is showing a little bit of a defensive shell, but Teddy...
Yeah, give them a taste of their bullshit. You know, probably could have used some low blows in there, too. I forgot about that.
When you put those earmuffs on, but you don't move your head. Some of them are going to get through, and
I also forgot to clinch him, too.
So your opponent is going to stay in there a little bit longer, knowing that...
Yeah, I'm not very good at this, obviously. You can see that. I don't really do that shit, but it definitely works, even if you don't even have any stats on your straight. So this is going to be the end of this one, and Bruce Lee's coming up after this, so check that out. And thanks for everybody for watching. And I'm working on some other videos. I actually have some done, but man, it's really hard for me. I'm not a I'm not a YouTube guy. I'm not. And the dude in the comments was right. But shout out to everybody leaving all the nice comments and stuff, and even the people leaving the bad ones or ill-informed ones, whatnot. But you know, I'm surprised I got so many people watching. I was expecting like 15, 20 people watch my video. But yeah, it's very cool. And check out all the other people too, you know, and like all the other YouTubers making videos like Sammy G and Krushner and Dark Sniper and Fight Night's Finest, Fight Night Productions, a lot of people. You can learn a lot of things if you just take the time to watch. But anyway, the idea of all of it is don't get hit with this step back bullshit. Everyone's going to be trying to do that. We want to do take your time and you be the one doing that at the end of the fight. As long as you practice these stamina drills and exercises, you easily will. Because I'm just a regular dude. I use a little 5'10" guy with 67-inch reach and heavyweights. I fight the most spam-ridden division there is. And I'm nothing special, but I win all the time, and if you just do these things, that will be the same for you. And I hope all of you, can learn from my videos and continue to get better at this game and beat all the spammers. So thanks a million, everybody, and I'll have another video shortly here. I appreciate it all. Thank you.
And now he is asleep.
Do I bother you?
Don't waste yourself.
What's your style?
My style? You can call it the art of fighting without fighting.
The art of fighting without fighting? Show me some of it.
Later. All right. Don't you think we need more room?
Where else?
That island, on the beach. We can take this ball.
Okay. Hey! What the hell are you doing? Hey, are you crazy? Pull me in! Pull me in!
Don't try to pull yourself out,
Get me out of this
or I'll let go the line.
What's the matter with you kids? Come on, pull! Bruce, now help me when I get I'm thinking.